Unemployment is a problem of most of the countries today. India is also one of them. Manpower is an economic asset, but at the same time, it is the liability of any country to provide these unemployed the basic necessities of life, namely food, shelter, and clothing. The number of unemployed in India is increasing year after year. Although an increase in the educated population of any country is always a blessing, the complaint loudly voiced at the present time is a large number of graduates in India are without employment. The agricultural population has regular employment for 4 to 6 months and has a holiday for all practical purposes for the rest of the year. The income and standard of living of the farmer could be considerably raised if arrangements are made to provide him with employment in cottage and rural industries during the months in which he has no farm work. There are various causes for unemployment in India, but some of them are as under. Firstly, failure to make the best use of existing natural resources. Secondly, steep increase in population without any corresponding increase in income. Thirdly, it is due to frequent wars that India is facing which destroys human power and machine power. Fourthly, our education system creates only white collar graduates who do not wish to do physical work. These graduates may be good for government jobs, but they are absolutely no good for themselves. Lastly, backwardness in agriculture, and there is also insufficient financial support to agriculturists and others to develop cottage and small scale industries and uneven production and high tariffs. In India, the population dependent on agricultural has increased, but there has been no visible increase in production or occupations. The per capita standard of living depends on the total production or income of the country. If production increases, the standard of living will also increase with it. If population increases while production remains stationary, the average citizen will have less and less to live upon. And this is the position of India at the present time. Agriculture is an essential industry in every country, but no nation in modern times has grown rich from agricultural pursuits alone. In our country, the pressure of the population on land has been growing steadily. According to the Indian economists, it is the neglect of industries to which much of the economic backwardness is due. Government must establish new industries and protection must be given to them by reduction of import of goods of a kind that are or can be made in India. The right of the country to maintain its new industries by means of tariffs should not be ignored. Industries in India cannot manufacture with any profit motive because they cannot compete with machine made goods imported from abroad. The universities and educational institutions in this country should prepare men and women for the business of life. The universities can also help agriculture, industry, and trade by undertaking research in those subjects. Universities at present fail to give a practical bias to education. Agriculture must remain the principal occupation of the people of India. An agricultural population just works for its next meal, whereas an industrial one is able to find leisure for recreation and for the higher and finer things of life. So, various measures needed for increasing production and income should be taken by the government. If large number of industries are successfully started and operated, they will give employment to our workless population. Small scale, medium scale, and large scale industries must be started by businessmen, rich and influential men. Government should, where necessary, take financial risk and cooperate with businessmen and make sacrifice for 5 to 10 years at the commencement. So the preliminary losses will be spread over a large number of years and the burden will not be felt much. Government should provide opportunities for the people to earn a living. At present, the people earn a meager income from the humblest of occupations. Government should step in and take a share out of it. If, however, they are assisted to secure more profitable occupations, government will also be increasing their own revenues and resources. Sir, I request you to kindly publish the following in the reader's column of your daily. A statewide disaster like the current Karnataka drought should be made on occasion to reaffirm the feeling of identity among the people of Karnataka. More especially, it is necessary for the people of urban areas in Karnataka to show their sympathy for their rural brethren, and this applies with even stronger force to the citizens of Bangalore. After all, let us not forget that urban areas are living on the rural areas, and when the rural areas are in distress, it is the bounden duty of the urban areas to go to their rescue and not merely leave it to the government to do the needful. I think it would be a good idea if all organizations in Bangalore make an appeal to their members to give one day's earnings or takings to the Chief Minister's Karnataka Drought Relief Fund. I suggest that all schools and colleges in Bangalore, professional associations and other self-employed persons give their earnings for one day to the fund. Temples, churches, mosques and such other religious and charitable institutions should donate a day's offerings of their devotees to the fund. Hotels and restaurants in Bangalore should give a day's profit from their earnings to the fund. Owners of cinema houses may also declare one day as Karnataka Drought Relief Day and give their takings for the day to the fund. Film personalities may go on Padayatra and collect funds from the public. If my suggestion is implemented by these organizations, a good amount of money can be collected. Bangalore will be able to show their rural brethren who are in great distress today that they would like to stand by them and do their little bit to help them.